I've got a workstation with 128 gigabytes of RAM sitting under my desk, and for 3 days I could not get a straight answer to one question. Does DeepSeek's new Flash model run on it, or doesn't it? One post said 304 billion parameters, another said 284, a third said 13. All three are published numbers, and all three are about the same model. So I stopped reading and started counting. I pulled the file listing for every quantized build and added up the shards myself. The answer is a ladder, and where you land on it is decided by your RAM, not your patience. This is the AI loop. I run the tools, I pull the receipts, and I tell you what the release notes leave out, so you can stay in the loop without reading 40 threads a week. You'll leave with 3 things: the exact build that fits your machine, the context sealing your memory actually allows, and the single flag that decides whether this thing loads or dies. If you run models on your own hardware, subscribe. This is the beat I cover every week, receipts included. And I'll flag it out loud when the numbers stop being trustworthy, because on this release, there's a point where they do. The repo went up on July 31st at 7:30 in the morning, UTC. By the first week of August, it had 868,576 downloads, 2,935 likes, and 109 separate quantized builds hanging off it. The most downloaded local build has 188,761 polls. The llama.cpp project shipped its own at 23,207. That gap tells you the community got there first, and the toolchain caught up after. The spec block: 43 layers, hidden size 4,096, 256 routed experts plus 1 shared, 6 of them firing per token, and a context window of 1,048,576 tokens, stretched 16 times from a 65,536 base. License is MIT. Not a research license, not a source-available license with a revenue clause. MIT, which is the part that makes the rest of this worth your time. Start with the scoreboard, and keep one thing in your head the whole way through. This table is on the lab's own model card. It's their harness, their runs, their write-up. On Terminal Bench, the agentic shell benchmark, they report 82.7. The frontier closed model they're chasing sits at 85.0. And the previous preview generation was down at 72.1. Then the gap opens. On the repo construction benchmark, they post 54.2 against 69.7 for the closed frontier model. That's not close, and to their credit, they printed it anyway. Same shape on the other two, 76.7 against 83.1 on the security benchmark, 54.4 against 58.0 on the software engineering one. Close on some, well behind on others. Now the part that matters more than any of those numbers. Nobody outside the lab has reproduced the agentic results yet. The independent read is thinner, but it's real. A composite intelligence index of 50, up from 40 for the previous Flash, and an agentic work task rating of 1,559, up from 1,189. Different harness, different scale, same direction. One number I'd have missed. Across the whole evaluation suite, it emitted 206 million output tokens, where the previous version burned 234 million. It got 12% less chatty while scoring higher. So my posture on the scoreboard is, the direction is independently confirmed. The specific agentic numbers are a claim awaiting replication. Hold them loosely. Architecture, because it decides your RAM bill. This is a mixture of experts. 256 routed experts sit in memory. A router picks 6 of them per token, and 1 shared expert runs every time. That split is everything. You have to store all 284 billion parameters, but you only compute about 13 billion per token. Storage is your wall, arithmetic isn't. One more line from the config, and it's the one nobody quotes. 64 attention heads, but only 1 key value head, 512 wide. That single number sets your context ceiling, and we'll cache it in shortly. And here's the detail that breaks every rule of thumb you have about quantizing. The config says the experts ship at 4 bits, and the rest at 8. This release is already quantized. Back to the 3 numbers from the open. The hub's tensor index sums to 304 billion entries. The independent index reports 284 billion total and 13 billion active. Neither page states which tensors it's counting, so any reconciliation between them is unverified, and I'm not going to invent one. What I can tell you is which number you should care about. Neither, actually. When you're sizing a machine, a parameter count is a decoy. The number that decides whether the thing loads is bytes on disk, and that's a number you can check yourself. Let's price the alternative honestly, because it's the strongest argument against everything I'm about to show you. Renting this model costs 14 cents per $1 million input tokens and 28 cents per $1 million out. And a cash hit runs 0.0028 cents per million, a 98% discount. At those numbers, running it yourself to save money is not a serious plan. 3 reasons survive that math. Nothing leaves your machine, nobody can deprecate a model sitting on your own disk, and there's no rate limit but your own hardware. If none of those matter to you, rent it and skip to the end. So I pulled the blob listing for the top community build and added the shards up, quant by quant. 13 builds, 3 to 5 shards each. Here's what came back. The smallest build on the ladder is 82.5 gigabytes. The next 3 land at 86.9, 90.9, and 96.8. Nothing on this model is small. The floor is a 96 gigabyte machine, and that's the floor. Climbing, 116.1, then 136.7, then 155.1, and the top build lands at 161.9 gigabytes. And that top number is where I stopped and went back to check my arithmetic. Because an 8-bit copy of a 284 billion parameter model should weigh about 284 gigabytes. This one weighs 162. Something is off by a factor of nearly 2. I divided it out. The top build carries 4.56 bits per parameter, not 8. The name says Q8. The file says 4.5 bits. The resolution is in the config file, and you can open it yourself. The experts were released at 4 bits. There is no 8-bit copy of them to build, so the top of the ladder can't go where you'd expect. Which means the practical spread across the entire ladder is 2.33 bits at the bottom to 4.56 at the top. That's a much narrower quality range than the file names suggest. Practical consequence: climbing from the 4-bit build to the so-called 8-bit one costs 25 more gigabytes of RAM and buys 7/10 of 1 bit. The label promises double. One more oddity in that listing: 2 files around 11 gigabytes sitting next to builds 10 times their size. Those aren't the model. They're the draft model for speculative decoding, and the repo claims up to 2 times faster output. Download that one too. It's 11 gigabytes for a claimed doubling of decode speed, which is the single best size to payoff ratio in the whole repository. Quick one, and it's mine, not an ad. Every video here passes 12 checks before it ships. Sourcing, honesty, the failure quota, the lot. I wrote them down and you can have the list free. It's linked under this video. It's the same checklist I use to decide whether a benchmark table is worth repeating. Now the part the file sizes don't tell you. Your memory bill has 3 lines: the weights, the key value cache, and a couple of gigabytes of runtime overhead. Line 2 is where people get caught. Here's that one key value head paying off. 43 layers, 1 head, 512 wide, 2 tensors, 2 bytes each. That's 86 kilobytes of cache per token of context. I worked it straight off the config. Multiply that out. An 8,000 token window costs under a gigabyte. 128,000 tokens costs 10.8. And the full million token context the spec sheet advertises costs 86 gigabytes of cache, on top of the weights. So the headline context window is real, and it is not for you. At home, that number is a marketing line, not a setting you'll ever put in a config file. You can have it. Drop the cache to 8-bit, and each token costs 43 kilobytes instead of 86, so a 128,000 token window fits in 5.4 gigabytes. That's a flag, and I'll give you the exact one shortly. Tiers then. A 96 gigabyte machine fits the smallest build with about 10 gigabytes spare, which caps you near a 16,000 token window. A 128 gigabyte machine takes the 96.8 gigabyte build and leaves room for a 128,000 token context. 192 gigabytes is the sweet spot. The 136.7 gigabyte build at 3.85 bits, with 52 gigabytes left for context. 256 gets you the 155 gigabyte build and long windows, but remember the ladder tops out at 4.56 bits either way. What I can't tell you is throughput. I haven't benchmarked decode speed on this model on my own hardware, and I'm not going to repeat somebody else's figure as if I had. My guess, and I'm labeling it a guess, with only 13 billion parameters active per token, memory bandwidth will probably be your ceiling long before compute is. A method note, because this release changed how I do this. I used to start from the parameter count and assume a 4-bit build halves it. On a model that already ships at 4 bits, that assumption puts you off by 80 gigabytes. So now I open the config first and read the expert data type before I look at a single file name. It takes 10 seconds, and it's the difference between a plan and a guess. Wiring. In llama.cpp, the whole install is one flag, -hf, then the repo name, then a colon and the quant you picked off that ladder. It resolves the shards for you. Now the flag I promised. It's the CPU mixture of experts switch, and the documentation is one line. Keep the expert weights of the first n layers on the CPU. That's how a consumer graphics card gets to help at all. The shape you want is experts in system memory because they're the bulk, attention layers in the cache on the graphics card because they're small and bandwidth hungry. That flag is what produces it. 4 more and you're done. -C for the context length, -CTK to set that 8-bit cache we costed out, -FA for flash attention, and the Jinja flag for the chat template, which is on by default. Sampling settings come from the lab. Temperature 1.0, and top P at 0.95 for agent work, or 1.0 for everything else. Don't improvise here, they tuned it. Here's the trap, and it caught me. Llama has this model in its library, and every single tag on that page ends in the word cloud. Pull it in a llama, and you are not running anything locally. You're sending your prompts to somebody else's machine through a local-looking command. If it won't load, work in this order. Check the tag isn't a cloud one, then raise the CPU expert count, then cut your context in half. Drop your quant tier last, not first. Time to be straight about the bill. To run the sensible build, you need 192 gigabytes of system memory, which is a 4-figure machine, and you'll spend an evening on flags. Against 28 cents per $1 million output tokens, that hardware buys you billions of rented tokens first. If your reason for doing this is cost, the arithmetic says don't. Not for you if you want API-grade speed, if you want a one-click install, or if your machine has under 96 gigabytes. That last one isn't a preference, it's arithmetic. And carry the earlier caveat with you. The agentic scores that make this model interesting are still the lab's own, and nobody independent has reproduced them. The verdict, conditional both ways. If your data genuinely cannot leave your building, and you have 128 gigabytes or more, run the 136 gigabyte build and take the speed hit. If your data can leave the building, rent it at 14 cents a million and put the weights on a spare drive as insurance against the day the endpoint changes its mind. One ask, and it's data I actually need. Drop your RAM size and which build you landed on in the comments. I want to know where the real floor is, because 96 gigabytes is my arithmetic, not a measurement. When I've got tokens per second measured on my own hardware, that's the follow-up. Until then, stay in the loop, and thanks for watching. I'll see you when the numbers are in.